Welcome back to this week's video. We've come back down to a beach that we visited the last time that we was on Harris, and the waves just now are superb. We were looking yesterday on the I think it's Surfline, it used to be Magic Seaweed app, and it was showing that the waves were going to be sort of anywhere between 6 and 7 meters high at high tide. So high tide today is around 4 o'clock, and I think we're currently I think around maybe 2, 2:30. So these waves, I'm hoping, are going to get bigger. Very different approach to the last time we was here, because it was sunset last time, and wow. Last time we were here, we'd come down for sunset. It was sort of a little bit muggy in the sky. It was almost a moody sunset sky, and it was chaotic a little bit. We'd left our tripods, we'd come down, the waves were crashing in, which I find exciting. This type of photography really gets your heart pounding, it gets you feeling alive, listening to that sound of those waves just crashing in. But with it being the time of day that it is, we thought we'd do something a little bit different and trying to capture again the smaller details. So I haven't took any wide images at all just now. I've got the 100 to 400 on with a 3-stop ND, and it's giving me around 1/8 of a second on the shutter, and I've just been trying to pick out little scenes in the waves just as they're breaking, and I've gotten some nice shots. I'm absolutely loving it. I've just said to Max, you could spend hours just sitting on a rock with your long lens, pointing out to sea and trying to capture those little scenes. It is very hit and miss, and every now and then when you get a massive wave come through, the whites of the water just absolutely sort of, the image that you're taking is just white. So it's a bit hit and miss trying to get that shutter speed adjusted depending on how strong the wave is, but it is so much fun trying. We've been across that side and come over here because the waves looked a little bit better on this side, but now we're over here, it looks better over there. So I think we'll probably go either side and just keep seeing what we can get. The images, I'm underexposing them a little bit, to be honest, and that's so that I'm not blowing out the highlights in those waves as they come through. Like I say, it does depend on how strong that wave is when it breaks. But yeah, it's so much fun. We might, depending on what it does, stick around for a little bit longer. I think because the waves are so ferocious, that hopefully a little bit later when the light's maybe not as harsh, that we can maybe break out the wider lens, the 24 to 70, and maybe have a go at incorporating some more detail. But for now, really enjoying these images. We'll pop some up for you and we'll carry on taking some images.
So it was great to have the opportunity to try something different at the coast, and I absolutely love these images. They're very different to any other seascape photography that we've done before, and I feel it's opened up a different way of being creative at the coast. I love the light, the colours, the structures, the textures, the way the wave drags the sand back up. I just love everything about them. I love how you can almost see brushstrokes in this image. The textures are just incredible. I really hope that you enjoy these images, and it's something that we'll definitely be doing again. We've spent a lot of time recently focusing on the smaller details and trying to create different images, and I think opening yourself up to creativity and experimenting can produce very different results. And although it can be difficult to deviate away from the norm, I think it's great to have a go. Let us know what you think.
So we've just come up to another beach, literally 5 minutes up the road. So as we were driving up, you could see the power of the waves. People were out there surfing, there still are people surfing. And again, I've tried a slow shutter speed, but I didn't feel like I was getting the same effect that I was at the other beach. Hopefully there isn't too much interference with the microphone because the winds are very strong. But wow, these waves just now are something else. They're absolutely beautiful as they're coming in. So just as they turn, you can get that green in the water. But what we've done differently this time is we've got the shutter speed on 1250th of a second. I always struggle saying that. Okay, so I've put the f-stop down to f7.1 and I've had to bring my ISO up to 500 just really because of how high the shutter speed is. And what we're hoping to do by changing the shutter speed is obviously freeze that moment with those waves. And oh, they're just incredible. I'm actually on 300mm, just zooming out across the way there and just trying to wait until the waves break just in front of this little bit of headland, this little bit of an outcrop of rock. So I'm quite happy with some of the images that I'm getting. Again, it's very hit and miss. What I tend to do is just as the waves are breaking is fire off maybe 4, 5, 6 shots and then I obviously pick out the best ones. So again, we'll put some shots up for you. I think Max is going to try and get in the water for some strange reason. I'm going to carry on taking some images. I think I need to change the battery, but wow, they are amazing, absolutely amazing waves. So yeah, we'll carry on and put the images up for you.
The fast shutter speed allowed me to create this image, and it's almost like a wall of wave just heading into shore. Taking images in quick succession allows you to capture the waves as they break with that beautiful spray.
Well, that was a little bit eventful, but Max said I can't tell you. Let's just say I'm wet through as well. But she managed to get a good photograph. Oh, the joys, the joys. So, before we go, I just wanted to put the 24-70 on. It's almost gone quite moody. And again, just with a 3-stop filter, just trying to drag that shutter ever so slightly, just to maybe try and create a little bit of interest. I have done a few with the 6-stop as well that are a bit more ethereal, a bit more, I want to say artistic. But yeah, we have had so much fun. I think Max might have had a bit more fun than I did. But the colour of this water is unreal. And I know I say that on every video, but it is. You know, when you can just see the waves breaking, it's mesmerising to watch. So yeah, I'm probably going to play around a little bit. We're going to need to get back to the van so that Max can get changed out of shorts, t-shirts and everything else. Hilarious. So yeah, we'll put the rest of these little images up for you. So I suppose really today's been a mixture of long lens, short shutter speed, or long exposure, then long lens with a quicker exposure trying to freeze the waves, and then a mixture of 24-70 with a 6-stop and a 3-stop ND. So tried lots of different things today, but with conditions like this, it's really good to experiment and see what you can get. So yeah, we'll leave these images with you.
What I really enjoy about Seascape Photography is the waves create different images. So each time the waves come in, you can capture a different feel in your image, and that's what I find interesting. Using an ND filter allows you to slow the shutter even further and create softer, more ethereal images. And although it might not be to everyone's taste, experimenting and having a go is what matters. So these two images were taken using a 3-stop and a 6-stop ND filter. It'd be great to know which you prefer.
I didn't want to come into this adios.
Covered in sand.
I've got sand in places I didn't even know sand could get. But it was fabulous. I can't wait to get my wetsuit. Wish I'd have bought it this time. We'll definitely bring it back in September. But boy, are we going to have some fun with these water images.
For you, man, have fun. I nearly had a heart attack. Jesus. Absolutely crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been another good day. Every day that we've had so far has been fantastic, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, seeing the island in these conditions for us is magical. These are the conditions that we want. You know, the blue sky and the lovely sunsets are nice,
And
but
the sand.
when you've got sand in places that you never knew you could get sand, that's what makes it special. So yeah, we're going to leave it there, head back to the van. Hope you've enjoyed this week's video. Take care. We'll see you next week. Adios.